Welcome, everybody. I'm Neil Cavuto, and not just spies, serial spies. Don't take it from me. Take it from the spies themselves. An internal audit out of no less than the National Security Agency itself, identifying 2,776 violations of established court orders regarding surveillance on Americans, foreign targets in this country, you name it. What the NSA calls incidents, but what anyone else would call just ridiculous. Hundreds of cases of supposedly unintended interception of U.S. emails and phone calls and typographical errors that prompted overly aggressive searches. The screw-ups were one thing. Not responding to them or even reporting them is quite another. That's not only sloppy, that is illegal. And now we come to find that the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court that is supposed to keep an eye on the NSA didn't even learn about some of these violations until months after the fact, ruling them unconstitutional, which is kind of like locking the barn door after all the animals have left. My friends, step back and ponder the sheer magnitude of what's going on here. Only a couple of months ago, Deputy Attorney General James Cole praised the extensive safeguards put in place to make sure spies do not run amok. I remember well his saying, and I quote, "Every now and then there may be a mistake." Well, the Deputy AG must have a very different definition of now and then. To me, now and then means maybe once or twice. To him, apparently more like 1,000 or 2,000. Either that was his definition then, or he was lying then. It's hard to tell because no one talks and this stuff just keeps coming out. And if you think a presidential commission that will take months to get up to speed is remotely going to address abuses that are now speeding out of control, 2 words, debt commission. That one is gathering dust, and this one is just leaving our civil liberties in the dust. To former NSA crypto mathematician and whistleblower Bill Binney, who's been saying for the longest time I know, this overreach is more than just overkill. What do you make of these latest revelations, Bill?
Well, Neil, thanks for having me. I've been saying for quite some time that the checks and balances that they claim they have in the House and Senate Intelligence Committees and the courts are basically a joke. There's fundamentally no way that either any of the judges or any of the members of the House or Senate Intelligence Committees can verify anything that they're being told by NSA or the FBI.
Because isn't the structure, Bill, that they decide what they tell them, how they tell them, and even down to the presentation of when they get around to telling them?
That's correct, and basically they have to take them at their word and trust them. That's fundamentally not a new problem. I mean, in August of 2002, the New York Times broke a story where the FISA court had discovered that the FBI had misled them on 75 warrants that they requested. So that's not a new problem. This is a long-standing problem that they've never really tried to correct.
Do you think, though, that it continues, or that now with these revelations, and to be fair, you know, Snowden keeps leaking this stuff out, so God knows what else we'll find, and you can always, you know, question the sender here, but that the repetition of these abuses leads some to believe that even if you tell the NSA, or you're not going to do this again, right? You're going to stop this again. Like this court that was overseeing this and then slaps this harsh retort, all right, what you're doing is unconstitutional. Who's to say that they don't keep doing it?
That's correct. The House and Senate and the courts have no way of verifying what's really going on inside NSA or any of the other agencies. They are totally dependent on them telling the truth.
All right. Now, what's scary about that, Bill, and I'll defer to your expertise here, is that you have an agency that is more or less assuming the position, we're keeping you safe, just trust us. And if we slip up now and then, you're going to have to trust us. It was an accident. It was a typographical error. It was one of our operators punching in 202, the Washington area code, when we were supposed to be punching in 20, the country area code to Egypt. Things like this happen. They're not deliberate. Take a chill pill.
Well, you see, that's what I've been saying is the real problem with the NSA or any other agency of the government collecting all of this information about U.S. citizens. When they do that, it's in their databases, and when they make their queries, you know, it's easy to do a query into the wrong base with the wrong terms and get a lot of information about U.S. citizens. So, for example, using wildcards, what they call wildcards, if they type in 202 star, they get everybody on the 202 exchange in Washington on the telephone network. So that's like
Amazing.
a massive collection. So there's so many.
And then they say, oops, afterwards, like,
Yeah,
all right, we didn't mean
right.
to do it. Well, the damage is done.
Right, that's right.
Bill, thanks, my friend. Thanks for clarifying a lot of this stuff. In the